Hi, I'm Jason, and I feel like dog shit. On to the thing. Now, I say onto the thing because it's not really news this week, and since I feel like dog shit, I'm just gonna talk about something that I really want to talk about. So let's get rid of all this. In retrospect, that gag was really stupid because I had to put the suit on, then take it off, and it would have just been easier to keep it on or not put it on in the first place, but I'm an idiot, so onward. Now, the subject of this week is, it's not like it's hidden. You saw the thumbnail, you can see the title of the video. Is a bad game doomed to be bad forever? And I say no. And now this is directly related to a story we covered last week, which was an update to No Man's Sky. So much fervor and discussion has been around No Man's Sky for the past 2 years, and holy shit, it's been 2 years. And most of it, if not all of it, has been negative. And did it deserve it at the beginning? Some of it. It was not a good game at launch. There's no arguing against that. It was not good. What is good, and what I find interesting, is that there are so many people still so vehemently against even allowing the thought of No Man's Sky redeeming itself. There are so many people who are still so angry at the game, and it's so fascinating because this isn't the first game that has come out and been a pile of shit and gone on to do better things. The product we have in our hands now, it's a very good game, and I highly recommend it. But this isn't the only case where something has come out, been absolutely not good, but has redeemed itself. But this is the only one that I can think of where people are so vehemently against it redeeming itself, and I just don't understand it. This has become a Ubisoft trademark at this point. Look at Rainbow Six Siege. That game was a piece of shit on launch, but it's great now. Look at The Division. Piece of shit at launch. Fantastic now. Look at For Honor. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And why is it so centered around No Man's Sky and how negative everyone is for it? Why were there death threats to the studio for hyped up stuff that came from the community itself, not even from the developers, from the community? Not shit out of Sean Murray's mouth, from the community. And honestly, I think that Sony gets away with far too little slack in this case because they helped to hype it up. They put it up on the main stage. They know what a small team this was. And they still just let everyone at it and just kind of ducked away in the shadows like, oh, it's not our problem. We got our money once the game came out. And it's fascinating that Hello Games also didn't bail. They had every right to, and I wouldn't have blamed them if they had just washed their hands of it and sunk into the shadows. But the true dedication that they showed by sticking to the product for 2 years after launch and basically making it a completely new game by this point, I'm astounded. I have to give a huge hand to Sean Murray and the team for sticking with it because it's not easy. They've been getting death threats. They've been getting constant barrage of bullshit, and they have powered through it and managed to come out on the other side much better. And it's amazing. It's nothing short of amazing. And I know I posed it as a question in the title, is a bad game bad forever? And personally, the answer, no, it's not. It's only bad if you decide to abandon it and leave it in that state, which they didn't. Now, there could be an argument made that it's 2 years too late. I'm not so sure about that. The longer it's gone on, the more it shows that they've been buckling down and working on this and trying to get it right. And I'm not saying they didn't deliver on promises that they gave, because there were promises they gave that weren't delivered on. But aside from that, there really wasn't much that came from them. This is all community speculation that everyone let just sit and fester. And yeah, I do put it on them for not trying to downplay themselves a little bit. But at the same time, you could just see how excited the entire team was that I also can't blame them. Because I think it's something that they wanted in the first place. Did they know that they couldn't achieve it right off the bat? I'm not so sure. And sidebar, no video game is worth fucking death threats. Are you fucking kidding me? Me, an avid Doom fanboy, could see the news of a cancellation of Doom Eternal tomorrow, and I still wouldn't send death threats to id Software because I'm not a fucking idiot. There are human people behind these teams, and you need to treat them as such. Even if they make decisions or mistakes that you don't like, doesn't mean you have the free wherewithal to just throw your bullshit at them. Fucking stop. Now with that sidebar over, I have somewhat of a rhetorical question to ask, or at least a speculation, and that is to put yourself in not even Sean Murray's shoes, just the shoes of somebody on the team at Hello Games, and ask yourself if you'd still be sticking with it, if you'd still be there, or if you would have cut and run. Because I think 90% of us, maybe myself included, in fact, probably myself included, I would have cut and run. I would have been out of there. I wouldn't have taken the time to try to fix it. And I have to just end this and say, I can't do anything but congratulate them for the amazing things that are happening for them now and how determined they are to stick with it. So if you want to yell at me, you know, my Twitter, @JasonsRage. This is all entirely produced by me, written, scripted, usually, so on and so forth. So these views do not reflect the AJSA or Angry Joe as a whole. So yeah, direct hate to my Twitter, @JasonsRage. But until next time, you all stay sexy out there.